By the same means, it can also be shown that the divine intellect does not understand by way of the component and dividing intellect. For he knows all things by knowing his own essence, but he does not know his own essence by combining and dividing. For he knows himself as he is, and in him there is no composition. Therefore he does not understand by the way of understanding that divides and divides. Still, those things which are composed and divided by the intellect are born to be considered separately from it, for there would be no need for composition and division if in this very thing that something is apprehended what it is, what it contains or does not contain. If then God understood by way of a component and dividing intellect, it would follow that he would not consider everything with one view, but each one separately, the contrary of which has been shown above. Further, in God there cannot be before and after. Now the composition and division is posterior to the consideration of what is what, which is its principle. Therefore, in the operation of the divine intellect, there cannot be composition and division. Again, the proper object of the intellect is what it is, whence the intellect is not deceived about this except by accident, but it is deceived about composition and division, just as the sense which belongs to one's own is always true, but is mistaken in others. But in the divine understanding, there is nothing by accident, but only that which is in itself. In the divine understanding, therefore, there is no composition and division, but only a simple acceptance of the thing. Further, the composition of a proposition formed by the component and dividing intellect exists in the intellect itself, not in a thing that is outside the soul. Therefore, if the divine intellect judges about things by way of the component and dividing intellect, the intellect itself will be composed. This is impossible, as is clear from what has been said above. Again, the understanding that composes and divides by different compositions makes different judgments. For composition does not exceed the limits of the understanding of composition. Hence, by the combination with which the intellect judges that man is an animal, it does not judge that a triangle is a figure, but composition or division is a certain operation of the intellect. Therefore, if God considers things by combining and dividing them, it follows that his understanding is not only one, but multiple. And so also his essence will not be only one, since his intellectual operation is his essence, as was shown above. But it is not for this reason that we must say that he is ignorant of what can be said. For its essence, since it is one and simple, is the pattern of all that is complex and composed. And thus through it God knows all multitude and composition, both of nature and of reason. But the authority of the sacred scriptures is in harmony with these. For it is said in Isaiah 55:8, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts." And yet it is said in the Psalm, "The Lord knows the thoughts of men, which he knows to proceed through the composition and division of the intellect." Dionysius also says, chapter 7 of De Divinis Nominibus, "Therefore divine wisdom, knowing itself, knows all things, and the material immaterially, and indivisibly divisible, and many things unitive."